It's disturbing to learn after the January 5th County Commissioners meeting had taken place that Franklin County authorized the county manager to finalize a 3-year memorandum of understanding with the Lake Royale community. Disturbing because I attend almost all of the Lake Royale Board meetings and workshops, and being part of the community, that was the first time I heard that Lake Royale contemplated, let alone took action with respect to restructuring the Lake Royale Company Police Department by approaching Franklin County to enter into an MOU where the Sheriff's Department was asked to police Lake Royale. The MOU, an MOU that would be legally binding to all property owners who don't even know about this, didn't know about it till someone saw the minutes and circulated it within the community and on social media. The first announcement to the property owners from the board came on January 8th via email, 3 days after Franklin County made it publicly known that it was in existence. Because we don't know the intent of the board or what the MOU, and went to the January 22nd board meeting, we were told by the board as property owners that this was not going to be discussed with them, not until Franklin County provided the Lake Royale Board with an MOU. So we're in the dark. There's been a lot of speculation and a lot of concerns raised. If we don't even know what the issues are, if the issues are hiring qualified officers and maintaining them, could the Sheriff's Department be willing to partner with Lake Royale Company Police in vetting and the hiring process? There used to be a police commission, I believe that, and I know it existed, but I believe it was either oversaw or advised the Lake Royale Property Owners Police Department. What happened to that? Could that be brought back? And then that would help the police department brainstorm, seek guidance from actual law enforcement professionals. Now they report to a 10-member volunteer board of directors that don't have law backgrounds. So understanding why so many of these officers leave, are fired, or pressured to leave under threat of termination would be key. If Franklin County Sheriff's Department is able to review the records and see if there's a pattern. If there were any exit interviews, why are they leaving? Why are there problems? The board in Lake Royale consists of 10 volunteers, 9 hold voting positions. And since Franklin County was approached by Lake Royale, at least 3 board members have since left. So there are 3 new board members on the board, obviously, and then there will be 5 new board positions open in July on the ballot. So that is a substantial amount of board members that initially approached Franklin County on behalf of the property owners, and they did not have any type of town hall questions, concerns. They didn't hear us. So, with the board changing in July, I would suggest if this matter is going to go through, that the property owners be made aware of everything, to be transparent, because we're certainly not getting that locally. And within our board. So I would ask that that be done, and maybe it be prudent to table the matter until a vote can be taken after the new board is installed after July. And then we have 10 new board members who, we've got 10 members, many of which are new board members, and they can look into this matter instead of us being bound by the current board members, many of which who probably are not still on the board since the time that this was brought to your attention, which I'm not quite sure when that was. We don't know when it was. So I thank you for taking the time tonight. The biggest concern, I guess, is reducing response time. I live on the backside of the lake. It's a good 8 minutes from the gate. We have one entrance to get to me. That could be life or death for people. Our company police, they're trained, EMS, they have the defibrillators. They're the first responders. We need them there. And unless Franklin County is going to put up some type of substation right there for us and dedicate officers to us out of our tax dollars, because I understand Lake Royale is going to be paying for these additional services, we really need to be heard and respected, I guess our views respected, because we're not getting them within. So I thank you for your time.
But there's a few other concerns we all have. According to North Carolina statute, the Sheriff's Department cannot give speeding tickets on private roads without the approval of the owner. I'm not sure if this board considers the president of our board the owner of our roads, but he's not. The property owners are the owners of our roads. and this has not been voted on by anybody other than the board. And I don't even know if they voted on it because they're not telling us. We also have, we're not just Franklin County, we're also Nash County. I believe it's illegal for the Franklin County Sheriff's Department to do anything in Nash County. So it's not just, I mean, we spent a lot of time and effort years and years ago to get the North Carolina legislature to give our Lake Royale Company Police the authority to do everything that they need to do within Lake Royale, both in Nash and Franklin County. For the past several months, our board has been asked what was going on regarding the MOU between Lake Royale and Franklin County. There's been conflicting and vague responses. As an example, oh, that was 2 years ago by a board member that's no longer with us. Another one, oh, this was just the board putting up feelers. Okay, they're not telling the property owners anything. We are requesting disclosure and adherence to our bylaws. Many of our property owners moved here, including myself, for many reasons, not the least of which is having the security and safety of having our own police force. Elaine Salmon wrote to you under the Freedom of Information Act asking about what's going on with this MOU. She couldn't make it here tonight, but she texted me and asked me to mention the fact that she has not heard back about this. And we would like real transparency. We don't get it from our board, so we would like it from this board.
As a Lake Royale property owner, and I'm here to ask that the Franklin County Commissioners review the Lake Royale bylaws as they look into entering this agreement. Now, as Sandy and both Richard have said, we have been given conflicting stories as property owners. Then we're being told an MOU is assigned. Our bylaws and covenants require that 2/3 of the members in good standing have signed and agreed with this action being taken, because our bylaws and covenants state that we will have Lake Royale Company Police, not Franklin County. And the issue that we straddle two counties, Franklin and Nash, so our entire community needs to be covered by an agreement, not part of it. We are already paying for services in Franklin County, so to provide is why we're being taxed then, because we're already paying for Franklin County sheriffs and we pay police. I would ask that you look into our bylaws before you enter into any agreement so that we are not forced to take action as property owners. I would also ask that the county issue be handled. If Franklin County is coming in, then Nash County needs to be advised and appropriate action. But above all, we as board members, as property owners, should be the ones making this decision before it comes to you for a discussion. So I would please ask you to do that.